Hello folks, this is a quick demo to show you a high level what Cloud247 app can do and what the future plans are for Cloud247. My name is Abdel Abu Faris. I'm sharing with you my app. I call it today Cloud247.app. So on this demo, I will show you how quickly we can provision an EC2 instance and how quickly we can provision an AMI instance from the same EC2 instance we just created. And we're going to provision an RDS database using Postgres engine. Let's dive in. I'm going to log in as admin. 247.com. By the way, quick note here, it's supposed to be cloud247.app, not cloud247.com. However, I did this POC a while back before I purchased the .app domain. I thought cloud247.app is more relevant. So that's what I'm using today. And log in. And now I am in Cloud247 dashboard. Okay, we're ready to provision an EC2 instance from Cloud247 dashboard. I'm going to click on provision EC2 instance /AMI. And then I have to select which accounts I want to provision my EC2 instance on. You can choose any of your account that you have, whether it's stage dev, prod, sandbox. I'm going to go ahead and use Cloud247. That's my playground that I use for my POCs. So I'm going to let that retrieve data for me. And basically, you can see here I have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 instances that are already stopped. So I use these for POCs, and when I'm done, I stop them so I don't incur cost. And as you can see, Ansible Tower, AWS, let's see, you have app to container, Ansible Tower, Gitlab runner. And if I go back here to my account, I should be able to see the same thing. Ansible Tower right there, app to container, Ansible Tower, another one, Gitlab, and so on and so forth. And here, notice here, Cloud247, I use my own personal account for all POCs. I don't use client account. Okay, so let's go back to the dashboard and provision a new EC2 instance, a new EC2 instance. So now that I selected the account where my new EC2 instance will be created in, I can go ahead and bring up the form to provision the EC2 instance. Okay, so now we have to select which region because you have we selected account, but which region within that account you want to provision the EC2 instance in. I will just go ahead and use US East 1. And subnets, I already have subnets already created. I'll just pick one. This is just a POC, so I'm not really too concerned about security. That's one of the reasons I use I use my own personal account for POCs. Security group, I'll just use a default. Key pair, I have a key here. It's called Ansible key pair. And let's call we'll put a tag on the EC2 instance. Let's call it a POC EC2. I know this is Linux. I'm gonna be creating. Let's just label it POC EC2 Linux. And image. This is where you have to provide which OS flavor you want to create. Since I called it Linux, I want to create. I want to use an AMI that is Linux based. I can change this to Windows. It's basically based on AMI. If an AMI Windows, then you have to make sure which Windows version you want to you select. So you have to choose the right AMI for that. Since I have Linux, then I have to go and grab an AMI that is Linux based, and which is, I think I already have it here. I believe this is CentOS AMI, which we can inspect after the creation of the EC2 instance. Type. Since this is a POC, I don't want to go crazy because it's gonna cost me a lot of money if I choose a large type, AC2 instance type. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do T2 micro. Okay. Volume device. You can choose one. I think the two volume device that you can choose from. I'm just gonna use the first one here. And a volume size. Again, this is POC. I'm just gonna stick with 10 gig by default. And this is important that you want to make sure that your volume is encrypted. So yes, no, I'll keep it encrypted by saying yes. And here is a really important item that's a lot of I've seen from working with other client that they tend to forget about adding tags, proper tags to their resources. So what I've done here, I'm enforcing a tagging during the EC2 instance creation. So let's call this, let's say owner. That's important. Want to make sure who created this EC2 instance of Dell. Add the tag. Then let's add another tag. I can add as many tags as I want. Let's say team, right? Which team this EC2 instance will belong to. Let's say DevOps, right? We'll just say DevOps. Add. Okay, I'll just have two tags here just to show you. These tags will be applied once the EC2 instance is created, and you can add as many tags as you wish. That's about it. So, all right, I'm going to go ahead and create EC2 instance, and hopefully this will go well. Good news. I got a message that says success. I see the instance is being provisioned. Okay, as you can see here, here's the name. We call it POC EC2 Linux, and it says running, right? The other ones that already were there, they are stopped, which I showed you initially before we create this EC2 instance. So the only one that is running right now is the one I just created. And notice here, it added my email. It tagged this EC2 instance based on my email automatically. This way, if the person who created this EC2 instance forget to add the proper tag, his email will be attached to the EC2 instance automatically. This is something I've seen quite a lot where I go to an EC2 instance and I have no idea uh, who created that EC2 instance, which team that EC2 instance belongs to. I mean, it just gets very messy. I mean, I'm talking about lots of EC2 instances. I'm talking about 300, 400, 500 EC2 instance without tags. And you can imagine that how challenging that is when you're trying to see who created that EC2 instances and which team that EC2 instance belongs to. Anyway, so we have this EC2 instance up and running. Now let's make sure it is running on my account. So I'm gonna go back to my account here and back to my account here. As you can see, Cloud 24/7. I don't see it yet because I have to refresh. So I'm gonna click refresh here and hopefully I see it right there. So here we go, POC EC2 instance, EC2 Linux, and it says up and running. If I click on it, now let's inspect the tags. Remember, I created two tags, right? I'm going to click on tags here, and here are my tags. Team, DevOps, the owner of Dell, and the name of the EC2 instance of POC EC2 Linux. So basically, this is exactly what I expected from Cloud 24/7 to do. It provisions an EC2 instance on the fly. It enforces the tags. It does pretty much everything that I would have done from the console. Because I can come down here and say launch EC2 instance if I wanted to. But now with the Cloud 24/7, I don't need to access or myself or we have few members within your team. So basically, you can lock down your AWS console as much as possible to keep it more secured. Okay, so this is good so far. Um, Let me do one more thing. Uh, let's see what else I can do with the dashboard here. It says here you can see when I hover on this icon, so I can stop it, right? I can terminate it. I can create an EMI from it. Okay. So let's stop it and make sure my stop process works properly. I'm just going to go ahead and stop it. This is good. It gives you a chance. Make sure in case you click by accident, let's say, especially when you click, let me cancel out of this. Say no, thanks. See, this is a terminate. Imagine if you click on this and boom, all of a sudden it starts terminating the EC2 instance. That's really bad. So I want to make sure I get the user get prompted, making sure, hey, are you sure you want to terminate this EC2 instance? No, it was an accident. I don't want to terminate it. So here, are you sure you want to perform this operation? Yes, I want to stop this EC2 instance. I can go ahead and stop it. Let's give that a try. And I see success. That means the process uh, it went ahead and stopped my EC2 instance. Now let's validate. Let's go to my account and let's see if my instance has been stopped. Well, it says running because I need to refresh. So if I refresh, I should see the instance has been stopped right there. Okay. So again, my dashboard is doing what it's supposed to. All right, this is good so far. Um, let's go to the next step, which is creating an AMI from this EC2 instance I just created. Okay, but before I do that, let's bring this instance back online. Um, Actually, make sure I am highlighting the right instance, and I click Start. Yes. Okay. I'm bringing back my instance online. Um, and the next step, we will create an AMI right from the same instance. Okay, as you can see here, it says running. Now let me go back to my account and refresh. It says here stopped, but I need to refresh. And here we go. My instance is back online. It's still initializing. Okay, so my dashboard is doing what is expected to do. Now let's go to the next step to create an AMI from this EC2 instance. Okay, before we provision a new AMI based on this new instance we just created, let's go back to my account and just check if I have any AMIs already there. Um, Again, I am in my Cloud247 account. I click on AMI. As you can see, there are no AMIs provisioned here. Just want to show you that there's nothing there, but in a few minutes, we're going to see a new AMI. Okay, before we provision a new AMI, so before we rush into creating a new AMI, we need to pause here for a second. And this is the time where you need to communicate and work with your security team, because creating AMI here from this EC2 instance, this EC2 instance is brand new. We just provisioned that a few minutes ago, right? I can easily create an AMI from it, which takes me less than 2 minutes. But this AMI I'm going to be creating from this EC2 instance, is it secured? Not quite there yet, right? Um, because we have not applied all the security controls on this EC2 instance. Because once you apply all the security control on this EC2 instance, the AMI will basically inherit the security control from this EC2 instance. That's why you need to work with your security team and have them apply whatever the company policy, right? Some companies, they use vendors such as Qualys, just an example, right? Qualys is used to periodically monitor your EC2 instance for any open security holes, and it'll send you critical findings in event something bad or somebody's trying to hack to your system. Some other companies use QRadars. Some other companies use AWS Inspector. All these vendors or agents, they almost do the same thing as far as monitoring your instance, right? So this is one of the reasons you need to work with your security team closely, make sure that they apply all the security control on this EC2 instance before I can come down here and provision new AMI. This way, once that it's done and I create a new AMI instance, I know my new AMI has all the security control already installed and configured properly, and now my AMI is ready for production. So let's assume the security team sent me an email stating, hey, Abdel, this EC2 instance is ready to go. They already installed the security control and agent on this EC2 instance. Maybe they installed Qualys or QRadar or whatever agent that the company uses to monitor and scan their environment. So now I am comfortable to go ahead and create an EMI from this EC2 instance. I'll go ahead and click on create AMI from this EC2 instance. And again, this is a good a practice that I use. When I create any type of resources, I have to add the proper tag. Um, Here I'll say again POC, since this is AMI. I know it's Linux. Let's see here, it says application name. I'll say AMI for, let's see, HR, right? Um, Owner, I'll just say I am the owner, AWS. I'll just make up an email. I'll say Abdel at Cloud247.app. And the dates. It's a good to add a date there. Let's say July, let's see, 07. I'll just July 24, something like that. So you just add today's date. Go ahead and run it. So now I got success message. That means AMI has been provisioned successfully. And then I'll go to my account to validate and make sure the AMI has been provisioned as expected. So, and I am in AMI dashboard. I'm going to go ahead and refresh, and here it is. POC AMI Linux. It's got the AMI name, POC EC2 Linux. It adds a prefix, a number there. I have the AMI ID, so on and so forth. Okay. Let's see what else let's check the tags. If I go to tags here, and these are the tags that I created. Name, POC AMI Linux, application, I called it AMI HR, owner, Abdel. Okay, looks good. So at this point, I know this AMI is secured because I got a confirmation from the security team that the EC2 instance is they already installed all the agent and security controls on that EC2 instance. Therefore, when I create an AMI from that EC2 instance, it automatically inherits those security controls. Now we can basically have this AMI be utilized in production. So folks from DevOps team or developers team, they can use this AMI for their application. One thing that I would like to add here, I think I forgot to mention when I was talking about EC2 instance. So this is the EC2 instance I created a few minutes ago. Now we have the proper tags. I think I wanted to know which, because I know I have an AMI ID, but I don't know which Linux flavor. So as you can see here, it's CentOS Linux. Okay, so I know now I confirm that this instance is Linux, and I can see that here as well. Okay. So everything looks good. I got the EC2 instance provisioned successfully. I was able to create an AMI from the same instance. And also the security team, they already applied the proper security controls. So now we are ready to go. We can use this AMI for production purposes. Okay, the last item I'd like to show you on this demo is to provision new RDS database instances. Okay, so before we do that, I'd like to terminate this new EC2 instance this way. I don't incur cost. AWS will send you a bill regardless if this is a POC. So I'm gonna say terminate this EC2 instance, and that should take care of that. And uh, now I can go ahead to and now I can go ahead and start provisioning a new RDS database. Let's just go back to my account and make sure my instance is being terminated. As you can see here, it's being shut down, and that's the process that AWS uses. It shut it down. What's happening here? Let me refresh. Looks like my session failed to describe value. Just here we go. Refresh. Okay, it has been terminated. Okay. All right, now let's move forward with RDS database. Okay, we are ready to provision a new RDS database instance. Just click on RDS service here in the menu, and also we'll choose which account I'm going to be creating this RDS instance in, and add RDS. I get this form that I have to fill out, and which reason I'm gonna provision this EC2 instance. I will use US East 2 right there. I believe it's Ohio. And engine, this is where you have different engine flavors. Whether you want to use Aurora MySQL, Aurora Postgres, MariaDB, MySQL, or Postgres. So I'm going to go ahead and just use Postgres because I tested this process and it worked well. So I'll add a database identifier. Let's see, this is the database for dev. Security ID, I'll just use the default. And database name, I'll call it DB, since this is dev, but which team, I'll call it HR, okay? And here, this database is a little bit too large. I will change it to a small. This way I don't incur cost. Master username, I will say admin user, or how about admin DB user, something like that. And then the password, right? The password is it's not it's everybody can see it, but that's okay. I just made up a password. I need to fix this. This should not be exposed. But anyway, this is just a POC. I made up a password. No big deal. And then a storage encryption. This is very important. You want to make sure that your database is encrypted at rest. And multi-AZ, this is POC. It's gonna it's going to cost me a lot of money to do that. So, and also just FYI, if you're building RDS database for dev, I will not use multi-AZ because it's dev. Why do you need multi-AZ, right? I would definitely use multi-AZ if this database is needed for production purposes. Okay, so I'm pretty much ready to go. So I got the region, I got the engine, database identifier, security group, database name, the database, the instance type for the database. I got the user, got the password, which everybody can see. Let's see what else I have here. Storage, you can increase the storage. Storage encryption, you want to make sure it's encrypted, yes. Multi-AZ, no. Okay, all right. Let's see what happens. Good news, success. Okay, so and it's created right there. It shows you the database name that has been created successfully. All right, now let's go back to my account and verify that. Okay, I am still on the EC2 dashboard. I'm just gonna refresh that and make sure my EC2 instance was terminated. So we are done with that. Let's go to RDS. Um, So where is my EC2 instance? I don't see anything here, databases. Ah, you know why I don't see the instance database I just created? Because I am in a different region, okay? This drove me crazy a few times where sometimes you expect to see something and then next thing you see blank. Well, make sure to to verify that you are in the right region. So I think I chose Ohio, US East 2, and hopefully my database will come up. As you can see, it's right here. And the status is creating as we speak, and the engine is Postgres, and this is the type. Everything looks good. Okay, multi-AZ, no, it's not multi-AZ. That's about it. This is exactly what I expected, and that is what I wanted to show you. Okay, well, so to recap, we were able to provision a new EC2 instance right from Cloud 24/7 dashboard. We also created a new AMI instance from the same EC2 instance we just created, assuming we already applied all security controls on that EC2 instance. And then the last item, we created a new RDS database using Postgres engine. This concludes my demo. If you have any questions, please reach out. My email is aws@cloud247.app. Last but not least, I would greatly appreciate your feedback. Give me an idea. What do you think about this app? Um, if you think of new features that you would like to see on Cloud 24/7 in hopes your team can leverage and help them do things more efficiently, please do let me know. I will definitely add it to my to-do list. And I thank you so much for taking the time to watch Cloud 24/7 demo. I will talk to you soon. Cheers. Sorry, I forgot to mention one more item. This page you're looking at, I have one page of Cloud 24/7. This is where I'm explaining the architecture of the application. As you can see here, it has the backend, the front end, and the business logic, which is written in Python. The front end, I'm leveraging Amplify as well as Angular. So basically, Angular creates front-end pages that's the pages that you saw during my demo. But Amplify does the deployment, create the SSL certification, also has its own CICD pipeline, which is used for deployment. So basically, when I push the code from GitHub, uh, uh, the GitHub get picked up by Amplify, then it starts building the new code and get published. So that's basically that's what I wanted to go over. And also here I have a DynamoDB. DynamoDB basically this is where users' information such as emails, names, and AWS resources artifacts are stored in DynamoDB. So this is a high-level architecture of Cloud 24/7. Please, this is basically I just wanted to bring this up. And if you have any questions, please reach out. I'm always available. My email is right here. AWS Cloud247 at Cloud247.app. And that's about it. Thank you again. I appreciate your time.